I would like to inform the court and the community that we did sign and file a declaration of emergency today for the COVID-19 epidemic and the virus that is positive in our county. This should open up some federal assistance and some funding, and we're going to work adamantly toward that. We will do our diligence to make sure that we stay within the boundaries of each individual budget. We're just going to accumulate those expenses to get reimbursed what we need to get reimbursed through my office, and we can get those expenses reimbursed back into the line items which they were expensed from. And the school has announced that they will be shut down at this time at least until April 20th.
I have a question.
Yes.
What about the annex? Are you looking at having to shut that down, or?
We have a statutory obligation to be here for our constituents, for the taxpayers, for the community. The doors to the courthouse are locked during business hours. That does not in any way mean that the government is shut down. It just means that access to the building is being controlled. Should someone need to come in, we go to the door, we get them, we escort them in, we ask them to sanitize with a hand sanitizer, and we protect our fellow employees while at the same time protecting them. If they show signs of visible illness, we can not bring them in. We can bring the work to them.
So you're not looking at, you're not able to shut down, correct?
No, and I know some other counties have. They have closed for a few days. With the measures we have in place, we all feel perfectly comfortable with doing what we're doing. Yes.
Just on what you said right there, if you don't mind. There's still a lot of people out there, and I just pray that people, especially everybody in here, there's still a lot of people out there thinks it's a big joke. All right, and it is what it is, and it ain't. It's bad. It's bad news. And I mean, prime example, just drove by Walmart and you couldn't get in the parking lot. Okay? And it's fixing to hit us, and it's going to hit us hard. It's going to hit us in the kneecaps. So if you don't have to be out, don't freaking be out. I mean, it's already hit us, and it's just going to get worse from here.
That's something that more is unknown than is known at this point, and things are changing rapidly. And I got a call today that said, "Have you seen this email?" And I had not seen it yet. And I was so appreciative of that, because used to I'd get 4 or 5 emails a day. I'm getting 100 a day now. And conference call after conference call after conference call. And guys, and I hope the public views this and takes this to heart. Now is, of all times, not the time to panic. But now is the time to take seriously what we have before us. Because this is bigger than us. This isn't a tornado that came through and now we just go through and we clean up and piece our lives back together. This is almost like the Arkansas River flood, where it was painfully slow, just watching it happen and just hoping that it would hurry and get over with. We have more in front of us than we have behind us. But we're ready. Our emergency operations, our commands are in place. We're working closely with the cities, with Shirley, with Damascus, with Clinton and Fairfield Bay. We're working closely. We keep that open dialogue with our hospitals. I do feel good about where we are on the front side of this. We just need to do our diligence to take seriously the threat that's before us.
So there was one case confirmed in Vanderbilt County?
Yes, sir. There was one case confirmed in Vanderbilt County.
What have we done about quarantining that situation? I mean, I don't read all the ins and outs, but I mean, what area is it in and what are we doing?
We know that it was in Fairfield Bay,
Mm-hmm.
and Paul Wellenberger, that's within his jurisdiction, and
Okay.
he is taking steps. And today, more of that rapid change. No more dining at restaurants. no more gathering at places like that. So it's either a pickup or a drive-through.
So was it out-of-state travel, or was it, do we know how we, yes?
It started by a pastor and his wife in Greer's Ferry. And I'm not quite sure, I think it was a travel out of state. And then they had a community in their church, 20 people. And one of those, one person was from Fairfield Bay. Okay, so they may have more in Greer's Ferry.
I heard today there were 8 in that church that were tested positive.
See, I know that the one in Fairfield Bay that went is
Yeah.
positive.
They were
Now,
8.
right,
You know,
let me be very, very firm and quick to add the disclaimer that I have not seen that verified information. And we do have a lot of community rumor that's running
Right,
around.
absolutely. That's why I wanted to down to you.
So let this piece of dialogue that we're having now, let's just add that disclaimer, unverified.
Well, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yes.
And you've heard that your whole life, but it fits the situation.
Lots of rumors.
So
Yeah.
just one confirmed case in Van Buren County?
One so far, there have been others tested, and who knows what the results of those
There's
tests will
several
be.
in quarantine, I think. Right.
There are, and there have been some self-quarantine because of known exposure, yes.
It takes a couple of days to get the,
Yeah,
yes,
I think right now we're at a 4-day test.
3-day dormant period too.
possibly.
Yeah. It's a 4-day test now, so if you go test today, you're not gonna find out for 4 days.
3 to 4. 3 to 4, depending on the lab.
Yeah. You know, I had thought earlier that I'm sitting on top of my mountain and I'm gonna be safe. No.
And one thing too, that my son's a PA in Atlanta, and he's on the CDC every day. And they said the viral part of it, the spreading of the germ lasts from 2 to 3 hours. But as far as surfaces, it lasts from 3 to 5 days on surfaces that aren't wiped out.
I'm the only one with gloves on, folks.
I've got my hand sanitizer.
Well, and the biggest thing that everybody needs to remember, this is a long-term thing. This is not a 2-week deal and we're done with it. This,
Right.
you know, this is gonna be a long-term.
And I would be wrong if I didn't say that I worry about our community's economic prosperity. Uh,
Absolutely.
It feels like there's just something not right. It feels like we're going to wake up and this is going to be over. But to drive up 65 and to see in the middle of the day 60 consecutive seconds of no traffic, to drive by Western Sizzlin and other places of bustling business and see complete nothing. You know, we as a county have faced tight budgets, and we know how to do what we have to do to make those budgets meet, even when it hurts. Unfortunately, those business owners don't have that leeway of just making some cuts. They're going to be forced with some horrible decisions of closure, if not temporary, then permanent. And I just want to say our hearts go out to them.
Absolutely. Check on the elderly. They don't need to be getting out. And I know Walmart's done a deal there, but if they don't have to get out, they don't need to be, you know. So just make sure we check on them.
Is anybody doing anything with senior hour? With the time that seniors are supposed to be going? Like Walmart? Is there a senior hour?
Walmart's doing one.
Walmart and the Dollar General. Walmart is Tuesdays from 6 till 7, I believe.
In the
Dollar
morning.
General is daily, the first hour of operation.
I think Cash Savers is delivering also.
And Cash-
And clean.
And what was the last one?
Is Walmart and Dollar.
Cash Savers delivering within, I don't know the parameters, but
I
yes.
think they said within 5 miles.
I believe so.
But if there's somebody out there that needs something, I mean, let call, we'll get it to them.
Yeah.
Step into a new day. We can